Yes, thank you, thank you. We've had a very exciting year, and we've grown, and we've been able to touch people, and people have touched us, and we're just glad to here to celebrate. We got DJ Rom here, who's got us going, you know, making us move a little bit. We got some jazz coming up later, and we've got music and food and poetry, and so much more. So right now, I'm just going to introduce the man himself, our Mr. Curtis Harris of Green Earth Poets Cafe. Please.
Thank you, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How you doing out there? Yeah. Trying to get this thing to function. You have to bear with me. I'm not as tall as Sweet Nominata. Give it up for Sweet, please. Give it up for her. All right. Once again, as Sweet mentioned, this is Green Earth Poets Cafe's year-end gala celebration. Every June, roughly the end of June, we get together and just thank the community, thank the artists who work with us all year. Our fiscal year runs from July 1 until June 30th. So within that year, within that time span, we do a lot of work. We do a lot of work. As a matter of fact, I prepared a list of stuff that we've done in the last 12 months, and I'm not going to bore you with it, but it's a lot. From poetry workshops that we do in schools, from open mic events that we do at different venues. As an example, the Brownsville Heritage House, we want to thank the executive director of the Brownsville Heritage House. Give it up for Miriam Robertson. The Brownsville Heritage House is a wonderful repository of Black culture. So we want you guys to enjoy this place, and we thank you for coming out today. And for celebrating with us. We're going to have a great time. You know, last year we had Mr. Eddie Harris and his trio, his jazz trio come out here, and they had fun. They did good. So give it up for our jazz artist, Mr. Eddie Harris, and his trio. We have a guest dancer tonight, Miss Zuri. Give it up for Zuri. She's going to dazzle you ladies and gentlemen. She is our special belly dancer.
Hello.
All right. You've heard already from our Mr. Rom, DJ Rom on the ones and twos, so give it up for, there it is. Come on. There it is. There it is. Come on. All right, give it up for DJ Rom. And once again, we are just we're stalling for time because we want more people to come and experience this and to enjoy the food as it heats up. We have a lot of food for you tonight, and we hope you're hungry. And it's all free of charge. Did anybody pay anything to get in here?
No.
No? Okay, let me know if you did, because I gotta refund your money, because this is no charge to the community. This is our way to say we love you. This is our way of saying thank you for believing in us and for supporting us as we support others. As a matter of fact, as an organization, we've been honored and we've been recognized by some very important people in the city of Brooklyn. I'm going to bring up our two MCs for the evenings, and could each of the MCs bring one of those citations? I'm going to ask, ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for our program managers, Rel the Poet and Quindell Evans. Come on up beside me, my left arm and my right arm. Thank you. Stay up here with me because you guys are going to take it over the rest of them. These are two citations, one citation and one proclamation that we received from State Senator Jesse Hamilton and from Brooklyn Borough President Eric Adams. And I want to read to you what they think of us as an organization. So this was received in December
As a matter of fact, right after I had my heart attack, believe it or not, I had a heart attack, but I'm still here, thank God. This was a citation from the Office of the President, Borough of Brooklyn, City of New York. It says, whereas it is a time-honored Brooklyn tradition to recognize those individuals and organizations that demonstrate an outstanding commitment to promoting excellence and providing outstanding service and support to local residents and those in need. It is therefore fitting that we join in acknowledgement of their special events and occasions. And whereas all of Brooklyn proudly gathers here today to honor and recognize Curtis Harris for his outstanding contributions to the general welfare, growth, and development of youth in our great borough. And whereas on behalf of all Brooklynites, I salute Curtis Harris, founder and executive director of Green Earth Poets Cafe, a nonprofit community-based organization dedicated to utilizing poetry to help increase literacy among at-risk youth in the Brooklyn neighborhoods of Crown Heights, Brownsville, and Bedford-Stuyvesant. I applaud the exemplary leadership he has shown over the years by establishing 3 core programs through workshops such as the Spoken Word Open Mic Poetry Series, which helps to give a voice to community concerns, Our Youth is Slamming, a workshop currently offered in schools which promotes creative writing, reading, and public speaking using poetry performance technique, and No More Silent Voices, a poetry program for youth incarcerated at Rikers Island Prison that incorporates creative writing and performance. I commend Curtis Harris for allowing young people to have a creative platform to express themselves in a positive manner and for making a positive impact in the lives of many. And I thank him for all that he has done to touch and improve the lives of many, helping to move our communities forward as one Brooklyn. Now, therefore, I, Eric L. Adams, President of the Borough of Brooklyn, do hereby confer this citation on Curtis Harris. In witness whereof I have hereunto set my hand and caused the seal of the Borough of Brooklyn to be affixed this 18th day of December 2015. From the Honorable Eric Adams, our Brooklyn Borough President. I'll pick up in a second, all right? And just recently, we were honored again by our esteemed senator, State Senator Jesse Hamilton from the district. And this was a proclamation that he gave us. And when I say us, whenever you read Curtis Harris, just think of Green Earth Poets Cafe, okay? Because I'm only one man. This organization is much bigger than me. But it says proclamation honoring Curtis Harris, whereas it is the custom of the legislative body to pay tribute to citizens of the state of New York whose life, work, and civic endeavors serve to enhance the quality of life in their communities and in the great state of New York. And whereas it is the sense of this legislative body to honor the work of Curtis Harris, and whereas Curtis Harris was born in Brownsville, that's right, I was born in Brownsville, raised in Brooklyn and Queens, and currently resides in Crown Heights. His life demonstrates a dedication to community service. And whereas Curtis Harris is an accounting alumnus of Medgar College and also earned his Master's of Public Affairs degree in Nonprofit Administration at Bernard Baruch College of Public Affairs. And he also has over 25 years of experience in the accounting field, that's true, which he uses in tandem with his desire to serve publicly and to aid his community. And whereas Curtis Harris is committed to his community, in 2013, founded the Green Earth Poets Cafe, a nonprofit organization that aims to provide a platform for our youth to express their voices poetically. And through Green Earth Poets Cafe, Curtis Harris has helped children all over Brooklyn find their voice, as well as improving literacy among at-risk youth. And in addition, he also volunteers for Brooklyn's Community Board 8, where he serves on the, this is true, where he serves on the Housing, Land Use, and Police and Public Services Committees. And whereas it is the sense of this legislative body that when individuals of such noble aims and accomplishments are brought to our attention, it is appropriate to publicly proclaim and commend those individuals for the edification and emulation of others. Now, therefore, be it resolved that I, State Senator Jesse Hamilton, recognize that in Curtis Harris, we have an individual worthy of our highest respect and esteem, and be it further resolved that a copy of this proclamation be transmitted to Curtis Harris, date Thursday, June 2nd, 2016. So thank you, Senator Hamilton. Please thank him, and thank the borough president for me also. But as I said before, I could not do this without wonderful people who support us and who believe in us. As an example, our chair, our board chairs in the back, Diane McNeil. Please raise your hand. We have a 7-member board of directors. I don't know where the other 5 are, but that's another issue. And we have 2 of the most powerful artists, smartest people I know of. To my left is my brother from another mother, Mr. Quindell Evans. Give it up. And you're going to see why he is one of the best, one of the best artists I've ever met in my life. And to my right, first of all, this lady just graduated from Brooklyn College. I met Rel 3 years ago when we started Green Earth Poets Cafe. She was one of the first. In addition to Sweet Amanada, our program coordinator, Rel came down. Actually, I met Rel at a poetry event an outdoor garden poetry event by Mike Geffner. And I told Rel I was starting a poetry company in Brooklyn, and I wanted her to come down and perform. And she said, sure. She said, sure. And she did. She followed up, and it was marvelous. It was marvelous. Rel, what can I say about Rel? She's brilliant, and you guys are going to see what I'm talking about. Okay, I'm biased because I love her dearly. She's like a daughter to me. She's like a sister. She's a good friend. She's a confidant. She celebrates her birthday in 2 days. Wow. So give it up for my baby. And most importantly, she also is a program manager with Green Earth Poets Cafe. Started out as a teaching artist. We've been doing poetry workshops. Also with Quindell, we've been doing poetry workshops at different facilities, different schools, and what have you. But Rel is just an exemplary artist, poet, she's just phenomenal. So, without further ado, I'm going to sit down because I'm getting a little dizzy here. I'm still on medication. And I'm going to let my program managers take it away. This is their show. This is about them. So Rel and Quindell, however you guys want to do this, it's your show. Okay? Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Rel the poet.
Yes. Welcome, representative from Senator Hamilton's office. Please give him your warmest welcomes.
Thank you, thank you. My name is Menelik, and I represent Jesse Hamilton for this district here. I'm so happy to be here. This is a wonderful thing that's taking place here in Brownsville. I've been knowing Curtis since we was kids, really. He raised in the building with my aunt, 289 Blake Avenue, and he came back. He never left, and he's doing his thing, and the senator support